non-credit, if you will, or the avocational programs, that's pretty much throughout the year. They could go to the website, www.hacc.edu, hack.edu, and what they're able to do there is they're able to get the information right on that home page that talks about how do you register and how do you find out about the times and places of where those classes are offered. However, if you're wanting to be a credit student, there's the same information on that website that will lead you through the two-page application process. You would then submit that, and we are open access, and so everyone is accepted as long as they have graduated from high school or have a GED. They are able to participate in the college. So it's open access for all in our service region. So the website is a great way to do it. And then whatever campus they're located near, they would come in, they would meet with someone who'd give them a tour, talk to them about what's necessary, and get them started. We do have the three beginnings of we have four really. We have 2 summer programs. We have a fall in August program, and registration's going on right now. So if either of you are thinking about taking classes, now's the time to register online. And then we do have the January time frame as well. And with our virtual campus, we have classes starting all the time. So it's pretty much open access and open point. So you may find a class starting middle of August, you know, middle of November, whatever it may be. So it's there to try and address the needs of those who want to begin school at any time.
Now, one of the other things I know a number of the colleges and throughout the state do, but I know at HAC you do the GED preparation as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
so,
well.
yeah.
Yes. We have Robin Paulison, who runs that program, does an outstanding job, and we're trying to look at ways that we can get more into the community and to be able to address the growing need within that area.
Well, the reason I ask that is, unfortunately, nationally there have been studies to show the rising number of young people dropping out of high school.
Yes.
And it's just, I just can't believe it sometimes, and that's amazing to me, but here's an opportunity.
It is, and Pat, one of the things that we need to think about, I think, in Pennsylvania and in our service district, and we have great superintendents to work with, including our own Sybil, who is doing a great job. I would say that what we need to look at doing is providing our juniors and seniors in high school the opportunity to be exposed to college classes, because in many ways, nationally, the senior year can be a little iffy when it comes to programs, high school programs, because I'm hearing more and more of our high school students going to school in the morning and then working maybe in the afternoon. I hope they're working. But this way, if we can get some college credits, wouldn't it be great to have a student graduate from high school and with an associate's degree all at about the same time? I think that would be fabulous. The one thing, Pat, that I do want to make mention is nationally, developmental remedial programs are growing in nature. For example, about 60% of our first-time students who enter HAC are taking at least one developmental class. RAC, you made mention of RAC earlier, Nate, and RAC is showing us that about 90% of their first-time college student will be taking a developmental class. And so I think if we partner more with our high schools, elementary schools, the issues aren't just in high school.
No, they're not.
They start pre-K. How important that early education is. Head Start, we have a very strong program with Head Start, and it has done a great job. And I think part of the discussion we've had about kindergarten here in Harrisburg and all over is critical to the success of these students and our communities long term.
We didn't touch on sports. You actually have sports programs.
We do, Nate, thanks for bringing that up. We do, and what I find interesting is many of the families who are thinking about colleges are surprised when they find out about our state award-winning women's basketball, men's basketball. We have golf. We have not only our basketball, but we also have men's soccer, which just won the championship. So we've got some award-winning teams that many people are not. And so we're hoping to get the word out more and more on that. And it's just great to have that holistic educational experience to know that we have those sports programs.
And you also have arts. I mean, you bring in some of the top artists from around the country.
We do.
Yes.
We do. The Rose Lehrman Theater brings in a lot of the performing artists. We have our gallery there. We have an outstanding art program where we will get people from all over the country and world to come to be guest lecturers and all. We really, there's an awful lot. I really do think that we are a treasure in this community, and I'm glad that you recognize it, and I know so many in this community recognize that.
And I know we're going to run out of time here, but challenge like every other institution. There's some challenges in terms of declining enrollments and stuff like that. So I know you have your plate full trying to address those things as well. Huh?
Yeah, thanks, Nate. You know, we do. Historically and nationally, we have seen enrollment grow, double digits in some cases. But now nationally, we're seeing some of that level off. And we're no different than the 13 other community colleges or the 1,100 in the country. And so we're trying to adjust to what I say is a revolution in higher education. We need to look at how we do things a little differently. And I'm excited to partner with the superintendents, our proprietary schools, and others to be able to look at what does it mean in Central Pennsylvania to offer a higher educational experience. So I'm excited about the future. I appreciate your support, appreciate the community support. We're really eager to be able to look at the new way of offering higher education in working with our communities.
And speaking of such, you mentioned that you have, I'll say, the online courses, I guess you call
Yes,
them. Now,
through
can a
our
person-
virtual campus.
Virtual campus, that's what I was looking for. And now, can a person actually receive a degree through the virtual campus?
Not yet. They
Okay.
will soon. You can take the regular credit classes. They will count towards a degree. We're hoping very soon to be able to have an online degree.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, to
awesome.
compete with so many
Yeah, we have-
across the nation.
Yeah.
You know, and world even. We are having some of our own men and women in the military who are Pennsylvania-based, Harrisburg-based, Lancaster, others, who are in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other places around the world who are taking classes from us. And so it's really quite exciting, and we really believe that we'll be able to do even more online because it's so important. Working families, single mothers, et cetera, who don't have the time to be able to physically come to a class. But let me tell you, the quality of instruction on online is unbelievable. I don't know if I would even pass an online class. The quality is unbelievable. And it's almost tougher to teach an online class because there are so many ways to ensure quality, ensure that that instruction is just pristine.
Yeah, I can see that, definitely.
It's critical.
Yeah, it is.
Very
It's
much
definitely
so.
critical.
So how you look towards the future, what are some of the goals that you have, okay, for HAC? What are you looking to
Some of
do?
the goals that I have is to make sure that we become the first choice of higher education in our service
All right.
region. I want HAC to touch every single person in our service region, 300 and some thousand individuals. I want to make sure that we are a household name, that people know they can come to us for avocation, for credit, for certificates. I want to make sure that our virtual campus is on the leading edge consistently so that we're able to address the learning needs of everyone throughout the world so that HAC becomes a worldwide household name in some ways. I think we need to look at workforce development to make sure that we are intimately engaged with our employers, to make sure that their current employees are well trained and be able to compete internationally, but also those that we bring into their organizations are trained in such a way that they would be able to ensure that their companies will remain competitive and remain in Central Pennsylvania.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic, and it's so really wonderful to hear that as you look towards that future and really having that vision so close to your heart. And I can see the passion
Yes.
and just you really wanting to see that take place and happen.
And Pat, let me tell you,
Yeah.
we transform lives and destinies.
All right.
There's no better mission than the community college mission in doing that. How many come to us for the very first time? How many come to us as almost the last chance? We're that on-ramp to higher education and a different life. And so thank you for allowing us to at least talk a little about the HAC story. It's quite a fabulous story.
It is.
Appreciate it.
Years ago, I remember trying to understand the configuration, like how the school districts fed into HAC. And how is that?
Right now, there are
yeah.
23 school districts. Back in 64, 65, when the college came to be, there was only the Harrisburg campus.
Right.
And so they received, through statute, 23 of the school districts supported Harrisburg. And so over the years, we all know that funding to the school districts has been minimized. And therefore, we're working with our superintendents of those 23 school districts to find ways that will be able to fund us going forward. So this next year will be very critical to that relationship. We have 65 school districts total, but 23 of them do support us through a sponsoring school district relationship.
Fantastic. We've quickly run out of time, and this has been a
Yeah, it's
fantastic
fantastic.
interview. Just appreciate not only your enthusiasm, but your
Yeah,
knowledge,
no,
and the fact that you're just so embracing, like I said, of all various communities here
Thanks.
in the Harrisburg area. And I sure hope that the viewing audience will take another look at Harrisburg Area
Good.
Community
Hope
College.
so as well.
Come up and
Or
get
a first
involved.
look. Yes.
Take a first look.
That's right.
And I guess that's the best way for us to be partners to
Yes.
Harrisburg, just by
Appreciate that.
taking that first look and telling the story.
Yes. And thank you both for what you're doing in this community as well.
Okay.
You're educators as well, and I just am honored to be here this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Phone number, is there a phone number for anyone that just wants to call up the Harrisburg Area Community College and say?
717-221-1300.